Last week, we talked about advanced filter during lunch and learn session. And today we are going to say something different. This is what comes into my mind when I'm doing some cleaning in the house. Find and replace, it looks very simple. A lot of time for me, I need to have a confession. Those days I thought find and replace or in Excel, the find or search is so simple. Why we need to learn? In actual fact, it's very simple until I overlook on certain areas. And let me share with you what are the things you could do. I'm opening a blank Excel file. It's opening up now. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Chang, chang, chang. Okay, to share my screen. Okay, minimize it. Yep, this is a screen and it has nothing, it's blank. And let's see what are the things we could do using find and replace. For example, I have a certain date. I just put a random date. And this is how I put a random between the date of year 2020, 1st of January, until the date of year 2020, 31st December. Then let me change the formatting. Okay, now it has something like this here. Let me paste it as value. After a while, I realized it should be the year 2021. It should be the year 2021. If a normal context, I will just go and replace or go and edit one by one. That's the thing lah. I have no idea. Another thing is, instead of doing something like this, we could use find and replace. Find and replace, it means something like this. I have the 2020 or the 2020 here. I want to change it to 21. That's my intention, to change all the 20 to become 21. Let's see how it works. To get this thing ready is go to find and replace. First, if let's say I want to find and replace everything, I will just go to home, go towards the right side, you will see something called find and replace. Inside here, you will see there's an option say replace. Let me zoom in. See, are you able to see? Yep. It's inside here. Find and search, and you will see there's an option say replace. If you use the keyboard shortcut, it's Control, and let me key in all in capital. The keyboard shortcut is Control H. This is how we are able to immediately trigger that particular options without having us to use my mouse to move to so many places. If let's say I want to replace everything, I would just press Control H. And in here, you ask for what we want to find. I want to find 2020 and replace with 2021. Once I'm done, I can hit the button replace all. Let me repeat. Find, that means what you want to take out. And on that same position, what you want to put it back. Once you are done, you can replace all. If you want to see where are the occurrence in that particular worksheet, you can hit find all. Find all will give you a list. Let me share with you on the find all, then subsequently I will share on how to replace all. If I click on find all, it will list down all the cells where it has the values of 2020. If I extend the range, the window, everything is inside here. That when my mouse hover across, I will see that's underlined for that particular item. That also means if I click, it will bring us to that location. You can see it changes. If I click somewhere, B, yeah, it changes. If I scroll down, I go to last one, I click, it go to last one. This is how the things goes, as and when we use find all, we have the list. And the difference between replace and replace all. Replace goes one by one. Now the current active cell is selected is 22nd October 2020. When I hit replace, it will just replace the one I have selected. If I hit replace again, it will just go one by one by one by one. This is okay. If let's say I want to make sure, oh, this I do not want to replace, I can hit find next. It will just go to next one. But this is what I want to replace, I can hit replace. Using the mouse and click like this, sometimes it's not easy. And I would like to share this technique with you. In the find and replace, you can see there's one alphabet with underscore. One alphabet with the underscore, same with a lot of options here. Yeah, it's in here. This has it. That is the shortcut key. If let's say I press A or alternate A, it will go to replace all. Or if I hit the alternate R, it means replace one by one. If I want to find all, I just go and hit alphabet I. Let me hit small letter I. Or I want to find the next one, I can hit the alphabet F. So this is how the things is able to help us. And on the top, you are able to see there are two options here. It has two different tabs. One is called find and one is called replace. If I would navigate between them, you can just use Control tab. Control tab allows us, let me put something, Control plus tab. That means you hold the Control key and press the tab key. To move between find and replace, these two options, you can use Control tab. Now I just want to replace and find next, replace, find next, and replace instead of find all. So I will use alternate F and alternate R to change between them. Let me share with you how this thing works. First, I undo by pressing Ctrl Z multiple times. Okay, now I go to the top. When I hit alternate F, make sure the focus is inside here. Otherwise, I hit alternate F while the focus is outside. It will just go to the file. So I press alternate F. You can see it goes alternate F, alternate F, alternate F. This I want to replace, so therefore I hit alternate I. Alternate I is find all. Sorry, it should be replaced. It's alternate R. So alternate F, 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 I change. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Okay, this I want to change. So I use alternate R to replace, alternate R to replace. So I find the next one, alternate F, 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 and alternate R, alternate R. So this is how the things could be. Let me undo. This is the very first step on what we could do on the find and replace. And the second option, what we could do inside find and replace is to find and replace on a certain section. For example, I just want to find the first two rows and replace from 20 to 21. That means from the year 2020 to the year 2021. To do so, the keyboard shortcut for the find and replace is Ctrl H. Ctrl H, same thing. So what I could do, since I've selected, I could just hit replace all. Right click. Only the selected range has been updated. Meanwhile, the rest are not updated. So I can hit OK. And this is how things can be done. Let me press cancel to close this one. Let me undo. If let's say I did not select anything or I only select one of them, I hit Ctrl H to find and replace. Now I just hit replace all. Excel will replace everything inside the same worksheet. Whereas and right, it sees the values 2020, it will change to the 2021. And press OK, let me undo. This is OK to do. Some people may say, hey, Ty, can I work with 20? I just want to replace 20 to 21. Is it okay? The caveat is the Excel is finding and replacing the values behind the cell. So what could happen is you see the date it has the 20. This will get changed as well. Because the year here, it means 2020. When it got replaced, it will change to 2121 because it will replace all occurrence of 20 to become 21. Let's see how it works. If I change this number 20 to 21, I hit replace all. You can see everything changes. I press OK. Let's observe the year. It changes to 2121. Just be careful on how the things replace. And let me undo by pressing Ctrl Z. Find and replace, there's so many things here as well. If I hit options, inside option, it has many more things we could do. Example, I want to find and replace on the exact wording, or I want to find and replace not on the same worksheet, but across multiple worksheets in this Excel file. Or I could search based on the row or the column, or I want to look in the formula. Let's see how this works. Or I match the entire cell content. Let's see how this thing works. And we are able to find on the certain wording as well. Let's see. Okay. I want to highlight certain cells only with the yellow. I want to highlight certain cells with the yellow. I just select them, right click and change it to yellow. Just normal yellow. Now I can use Ctrl H. Use the same method, 20 to 21. So the year will become 2121. Currently it says no format. I want to have a specific format. Only those has highlighted with yellow and I want to change it. So therefore I click on the drop down here, format. I can choose my own format. Click, I want to choose, go to fill, maybe a yellow color and all these things. Just be careful, the choice of color must be precise. If let's say I use other color, for example, some people may say this is still same color. It's just not. Okay, I just have something like this. Maybe I change to blue, I press OK. And let me highlight certain cells with the blue as well. Right click and change it to blue. Okay, now I do not select anything, I just click outside. And what I need to do is to make sure it's blue. When it's 20 with the color of blue, I want to replace to 21. When I click replace all, only those blue select cells will change to 21. Meanwhile, the rest will remain unchanged. And press OK. Let me undo, Ctrl Z. And sometimes people has a different tendency to say, hey, blue, same lah. Darker blue, light blue, they are the same. Like me, I will say everything they are the same. So I can click or go to format. Then this is a blue. If I use this one a bit darker blue, I press OK. Whenever I attempt to replace all, it doesn't work. Because Excel is very precise, or in actual fact, computer is very precise on the color. Even though single tone is different, it means difference. So therefore, the safer way for us to pick a color, we just can click, choose format from cell. Click, and I just want to format from the blue color. Click, so it will change. Then I replace all. Okay, ta-da! Let's change for the yellow color. Okay, yellow. Now after changing, I want to make it a bit interesting as well. I want to make the yellow after replacing to become 21. And I want to change the color to become blue so that they are consistent. As currently there's a no format set. We are able to choose our own format, or we can choose the format from the cell. Now I want to choose the format from the cell. I click, I go and click on the blue color, one of them, click, and I choose replace all. And ta-da! This is how we are able to get things done with find and replace only. So currently find and replace, it works so well, and I want to do different things on find and replace. And just now we observe we are able to find and replace multiple sheets inside the Excel file. That means inside a same workbook. Let me close this and let me undo multiple times. And okay, so currently it has no color. I want to make a multiple copy of the worksheet. To make a multiple copy of the same worksheet, the easiest way is to, while you are dragging the worksheet, you hold your control key, and you are able to observe there's a plus sign on the mouse icon. Now, if I let go of my mouse now, you will observe it has created a new worksheet. It says sheet 2 with a bracket number 2. It duplicates the same identical worksheet, sheet number 1 and sheet number 2. Let me put a different name. This is called original, and this is called clone 1. They are identical. To make the thing fun, for the first column inside the original, I change the color to blue. And meanwhile, the clone 1, the third column, I change it to blue. And I want to find and replace for year 2020 to become year 2121. I go back to Control H. Now instead of 20, I want to, instead of blue color, I want to change the format. Okay, now I do not want to use any, I want to use a format, choose a format from a cell, and I do not need to change any of the color, so therefore I click and clear replace format. So once I'm done, instead of within sheet, I change it to workbook. When I hit replace all, it looks like only one place has changed, and it says 37 replacement has been done. Here it doesn't look like it has 37. When I hit OK, I go to the previous worksheet. Yes, it has done. It has changed here as well. So this is how we are able to get the changes done by using find and replace. And not only that, we are able to find and replace on the certain aspect. And I just want to find and replace on the formatting, not necessarily on the value. So I go back to Control H. I want to find those with the blue color. So I can hit Find All. You can see it has a list. Now it has something called book, sheet, the name, provided it has a cell name, the cell, where's the location, the values. Each will show the original as well as the clone. This is how Excel will list down everything. Some people may say, hey, Tai, would this work for the hidden worksheet? Let's see how it works. I close this. I hide the clone number 1. Right click and hide it. Now I'm on the original worksheet. Control F. Now I just want to find. I do not want to replace. And I want to find within the workbook. When I hit Find All, I extend it. It will only show those are visible. Those are hidden, it doesn't appear. So just be careful on what are the things you want to search, and just to make sure they are visible. Let me press close and let me right click to unhide just now the worksheet, clone number 1. So just now what we have done is we have changed the whole thing into the different perspective. This is merely on the date. What if we have something called alphabet? And in a certain situation, the alphabet, we have a couple of blank spaces. I want to totally remove the blank spaces. These are the things how we could do. For example, I put space, space, alpha, space, space, 1, and put some space. And I put more space, Bravo, 1, a Charlie, put some space, 3. I have some spaces here. If let's say I want to take out the extra spaces, and there are functions, trim, clean, substitute, and now I just do not want to use the function. I just want to make it fast, and I just want to remove all the spaces here. To remove all the spaces here, I just can select them, or I can just, without selecting them. Because currently, as the entire worksheet, it doesn't have other data, so it's okay. So it's just my personal preference. I will prefer the select area, just to be sure. Somehow I have forgotten the data somewhere hidden in another corner, especially the file I just got the file from someone else. So I just select them and Control H. I want to find, let me clear this out, clear the formatting. Let me zoom in. I want to find a space, only single space, replace with nothing. Because I only want to find within the worksheet. The rest, I do not want to have it. So I can zoom out. Once I'm done, I can just hit replace all. Ta-da! So it's done. It says 39 replacements. It means just now it has 39 blank spaces in the data. So let me okay and can close. You can observe it doesn't have any blank spaces in the front and in the back as well. Let me double click. You can see at the back, it doesn't have anything, and in front, it just have no more blank spaces. This is another method what we could do using find and replace. It's just so magnificent. Let's see what other things we could do. Find, number, text, okay. Number we have done, the date, they are the same thing. Example, I want to find number. Number 123.45. 45.31. 31. Then 4, 6, okay. I just want to take out all the number 4 here. Just have no idea. I just want to take out number 4 here. Or I want to make it number 4 to become number 6. It's possible. Just for the demonstration, I just select 3 of them. Control H. And I want to find number 4 replaced with number 6. So all number 4 will be gone and replaced with number 6. If I hit replace all, it doesn't work. Because it has a blank space in front. Let me remove it. Replace all, yes, it's done. Just now why it doesn't work? Because just now it has a blank space in front. So it's unable to find a blank space number 4 in the selected range. So this is how we are able to get it work. Find and replace is super easy, and there's one more trick. You are able to get it works by using find and replace to scramble your data. To scramble your data, it means sometimes you want to send the file for someone to help. For example, sometimes I will advise people it's better to scramble the data before they send it over to me for me to help them on their work. So therefore, I would recommend to have something like this. Let me remove and let me clear them off. I want to have the mixture of the data together with the text, number, and alphabet, and date, plus formulas. I will put something called product, and maybe this is a quantity, and this amount, and I put the date. Okay, date I put here. So product, I have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf. The date, I just put today's date, and I drag it forward. Okay, and the quantity will be 10, 20. I will have these 2 and drag it down, and the amount will be equal this multiplied by 55.5. So it has a decimal, 0.55, enter. So it has a decimal, something like this. And I want to scramble the data so that whoever get the data, it will not able to tell what other things has happened or is happening behind. At the same time, what protect my data. So to do so, I want to select the area, but without influencing the actual formula. To do so, I just need to select the entire worksheet. I want to find and ask Excel to reselect again. Only those are constant. That means those are not number. Those are not formula. So I can press Ctrl G or F5. You will see something called Go To. On the bottom, there's something called Special. Then go to Special. Inside here, you will choose Constant. You will choose Constant. And constant for the number, text, logical, and errors. Just constant everything. So to keep it simple, I can press OK. Let me zoom out. And you can notice only those areas are selected. To be on the safer side, you may want to keep the header intact. So therefore, I want to redo this step again. I only select from the second row onwards. From here, then I can use a Control Shift down arrow. You will select everything down. Control G for Go To, Special, Constant. Then can press OK. Only those numbers are constant. First, I want to scramble the number. Number, you can just pick a certain number. For example, I press Ctrl H. I want to pick those number 4. I change it to number 1. Number 4, change it to number 1. Let me close the options inside File and Replace to keep it simple. And I hit Replace All. You can see just number 12 is also changes. And 40 also changes. Then how about I put number 2 also become number 4, replace all. You can see there are some data has changed. And this is just weird. Later I will change the year. Okay, it's bad option. Let me undo. And undo, Control Z. And I did not use number 2, I use number 5. Change to number 1. Replace all. Yeah, this is how the things work. After I find certain, maybe number 8 as well, change to number 1, replace all. So that means the data is very, very different from the original. And how can we replace the alphabet? Just go to the vowel. The vowel for the language is A, E, I, O, U. Just replace the vowel to one constant alphabet. The one constant alphabet could be a single alphabet or could be more than one. Sometimes you could use a special symbol, maybe a hashtag. So I could do something like this here as well. I want to replace alphabet A, replace with a hashtag, replace all, E, replace all, I, replace all, O, replace all. Sometimes when the data doesn't exist, whenever you attempt to replace all, you will get this message. It says you could not find anything to replace because in the selected range, they do not have anything called U. So I can press OK. So this is done. Maybe I want to make a bit more scrambled. Okay, maybe the hashtag, I want to make it has some other symbols. Then replace all. It's just weird. So I can press close, and this is how the data has changed from the very original data to be something totally out. And the good thing is the formula is still intact. It doesn't change. And that means whoever get the file, they want to do some troubleshooting, they're still able to work on the formula, provided the certain key information is not influenced by the formula. For example, sometimes the date has a key influence on the formula. So this is to summarize the whole thing. This is how we are able to use the find and replace with a different way using the options. We can find on the single sheet across everything inside the Excel file, or find and replace based on certain format, or we can use the find to indicate what we want to see, or replace or find and the shortcut key. Plus, we can use find replace to scramble our data. So this is how a simple find replace able to help in your work. If you find this video useful, and please like and share with your friends. And every Tuesday, we will having something like this, Lunch and Learn, inside the series of Excel and data conversation. If you have a specific topic you need me to cover or to touch on, you can message us, and you can find us in the Why Excel, the Facebook page, WHYEXCEL. And hope this helps, and enjoy your lunch. Until then, take care and stay safe.